This is Mr. Sajeev Gupta. He's the Executive Director and Chief Operating Officer for Federal International and also Chairman of Banyan Utilities Private Limited, which is building a 5 megawatt cogen plant on Jurong Island. Sanjay, good afternoon and thank you for this interview.
And good afternoon.
Yeah, we are very interested. Federal International has always been in the oil and gas business. Tell us how you got involved in Banyan Utilities and also a brief description about Banyan Utilities. What do they do and how does it fit into Federal's business strategy?
Banyan is basically an energy generation facility. We are going to generate steam and electricity in Banyan utility. Federal is already a material supplier for all the energy, oil and gas companies. This fit well basically for our business. The other area how Federal venture into it is our focus is on build, operate and own kind of projects right now so that we can give a sustainable income to our shareholders. And that is how we ventured into Banyan Utility because it is coming as a build, own and operate business to us.
The first one for Federal?
And the first one for Federal. It's a good business for us in the sense like our investment is very restricted and we are getting a fixed return as well as a variable return for our shareholders. When we ventured into this project with NFL, we suggested...
NFL would be the Natural Fuel Private Limited.
NFL is Natural Fuel Private Limited, which is a 100% subsidiary of Natural Fuel Limited, listed company in Australia. The biodiesel, it is the first plant in Singapore of this size in biodiesel. And we found it very interesting because of the simple reason like natural fuel is using variable raw material to produce biodiesel. They are not just sticking to palm oil, but they can produce it out of corn oil, soya oil and even jatropha, which we found it very interesting. They are also producing pharma grade glycerin out of this plant. So even if the palm oil prices are on a higher side, we as a Federal investment into Banyan Utility, we can still get our income out of NFL because they are still going to produce pharma grade glycerin out of this project.
Which is selling at a good price at the moment.
Which is selling at a good price. If you want to put numbers, I can say that the raw material, raw glycerin is costing around $600 a ton today, which the pharma grade glycerin is around $1,800 a ton today.
3 times as much.
3 times as much. So which is a good spread over for NFL, and we know that how we can get our money back because they still require steam and electricity from us.
Right. How did Federal become an investor in Banyan Utilities? How did Pete Tin approach your company or you approached them? How did that come about?
Well, we are supplying materials to NFL, and over there we happened to meet Pete Tin, and then Pete Tin brought this project to Federal International.
And they needed an investor.
And Pete Tin was giving some consultancy services to one of the subcontractor of Natural Fuel, who is having this project from Natural Fuel, which is CTEC. That is how, when they required this project, this investment, they came to us to join hands together. And when we see that the value can be added if Federal come into picture, we join hands with them and give our consent.
Let's look at the CDM angle. That also will be a new source of revenue for Federal.
Definitely, it's a new area for us basically, but it looks very, very interesting. The amount of carbon emission we are going to save to be released into the atmosphere and the way the Kyoto Protocol is going on, we found it very interesting and it will add on to the additional revenue to Banyan.
Right. When the plant starts to operate, the cogen plant starts to operate, using the methods and the approach that Pete Tin was describing just now, how much revenue will it generate for Federal?
See, there is 2 components basically. If you see, one is what we are charging to NFL is the fixed component, which is going to generate $54 million in 12 years for us.
Sing dollars. This
Sing dollars. It's all
$54 million over 12 years.
Over 12 years. Over and above that, we will be getting the variable cost from federal on the consumption of steam and electricity by natural fuel. So that revenue is going to come. Over and above that, we are going to sell the carbon credits, whatever we are going to accumulate through various agencies to the developed world, which is Europe and Japan.
That will be a bonus.
That will be a bonus to Banyan Utility.
Right. This contract with NFL will be for 12 years.
This is a 12 years plus 5 years on extendable basis.
Right. If you hadn't gotten to the picture, do you think Banyan would have bought the power from someone else, or would they have done it by themselves, generate the power themselves? Sorry, NFL, that is.
NFL should have bought the power from Power Grid, basically. So that is
If
how
we didn't
come with this project.
Right.
And that is how, when we came out with this project, there is a saving for NFL as well.
They saw savings in this.
Yes.
Yeah. Will they gain anything from the reduction in greenhouse gases? Can they make any claims on the CDM, for example?
Potentially, yes, because they are into this line. They are producing biodiesel fuel right now, which is a big question mark. As you all know, like we are using destroying the forest and
food crop,
and then food crop is being used for making of biodiesel as an energy. But what is good in NFL is as I said in the past, it is a very, very flexible plant. It can take any kind of raw material. They are targeting Jatropha right now. So Jatropha is a toxic crop which is neither consumed by man or human nor by animals. If Jatropha oil can come and they can produce biodiesel out of it, which many companies are targeting right now,
sure,
they can certainly look for claiming the carbon credits
on that angle,
rather
than through what you are doing.
Yeah.
Because your project is going to avoid the output of certain amount of greenhouse gases.
That's right.
But they can't claim that portion.
No.
From Banyan. Okay, understand. Right. After this project, are you looking out for similar types of projects in Singapore or outside?
We will definitely look for similar kind of project because we got a lot of experience now into this cogen facility. We know what we have the benefit now of setting up this cogen facility. We are setting up of 3 power plants in Indonesia right now, but on a different ground. It's not a cogen, but just a power plants. But we are looking for cogen facilities as well.
With that, thank you, Mr. Sajeev Gupta. Good interview. All the best for your future success.
Thank you, Mr.